Hi, I'm Kelly, and I'm going to be talking today about the importance of energy work. Um, I don't know, my TV is trying to tell me something. I'm hoping this is recording. I would like to talk today about the importance of energy work if you have an illness or particularly a chronic illness. It is important to me because I do have a chronic illness. I was diagnosed with systemic lupus about, 30 plus years ago. And I was in congestive heart failure and kidney failure at the time. And so the meditations that I have at the first part of my Rowan Healing Arts on YouTube are the meditations I used when I first got out of the hospital. Now, those are solely intended to tell your body to heal, to make sure that intention is there and that your body knows it. Now, right after I was diagnosed, the first thing, and I think this is true for anything or any illness, is the first thing you're thinking about is your physical body surviving. And so I did everything, I took all the medications and I did these meditations to help the physical body heal. And then, of course, after you get to a certain point of healing on the physical level, there are healings on an emotional level and a spiritual level. On the physical level, I can totally tell you, prednisone, the high doses of prednisone, made me literally psychotic. I used to love horror movies. And the thing from Alien came alive in my house. I don't know how. It would somehow fit into my bathroom behind the closed door. And up until a certain point, I could tell you half of my brain was totally psychotic, the other half was rational. And there was just a constant talking back and forth that said things like, the door is closed to the bathroom. Therefore, the thing from Alien somehow has swished itself down to fit into your bathroom and hold the door shut. While the other side of the brain would say, that is so batshit crazy. Okay. The thing from Alien, first of all, is in a movie, is not even in this reality, and could not fit in your bathroom. And the other side of the brain would say, you don't know that. You don't even know. Maybe that was real. Who knows? Anyway, it was fun things like that. And so I totally understand what people are going through when they're taking some of these medications. And then after a certain period of time, a certain adjustment, your physical body's doing a bit better, and your mind can then look at other things. Well, the thing that happens for me, at least, is that the facade that you have, or that I had, I should say, I think a lot of people do, of being just so hot, that crumbles away. That totally crumbles away to a blooming, wonderful garden of all of your insecurities that were hidden behind that. That you get to stroll through and enjoy. Things like, if you ever thought you weren't good enough, believe me, now you will definitely feel not good enough. Not worthy enough, not attractive enough. Why would anyone, I was married at the time, but you just kind of wonder, why would anyone want to even put up with that? I mean, you have to, because you have no choice. It's happening to you. But the people around you actually have a choice, and you know that. And so you have all these insecurities. Everyone has insecurities, and believe me, if you've had an illness, you are going to deal with them one way or another. And So I set out the intention at that time because the one thing I was most horrified by was not dying. I mean, my prognosis was 5 to 10 years. That was all the research that I could find at the time, because at that time there was no internet, just books. And so everything I was reading was pretty much 5 to 10 years. And so the one horror that I had was that I didn't want to be unable to care for myself. I wanted to be at least as healthy as I could possibly be, until the end. And I set that intention and I worked towards that intention. I studied the best foods to eat. You have to listen to your body. You have to work out. You have to, do all these things to be healthy. The one thing I did not ever plan on was actually being alive 30 years later. And so some of the planning that I did was on the basis, George, that I would only have 5 to 10 years. And so I made some decisions, life decisions, that at this point I kind of regret, but that's done and over with. So the one advice that I would give you is live like you're going to have a normal lifespan, because you just might. And 30 years down the line, you don't want to say, if I'd have known I was going to live this long, I would have done a couple of things different. On the other hand of that, there's a line in a story, or actually it's a movie because I haven't read the book, Under the Tuscan Sun, she says something about any other turn along the way and I would be somewhere else. I would be different. And that's really true. And the choices that I made also showed me just how strong I can be. And I like who I am now. Not so much then. So, but once you get past and you're starting to work through, these darker, the shadow aspect of yourself, then the meditations change. And the meditations change to a self-discovery. And this is a long, long process. I mean, from where I was at the time that I was diagnosed to where I am now, it's been 30 plus years. And, the diet has changed several different times. The workouts have changed several different times. And I am a different person than I was then. And you could say, well, that just happens at 30 years anyway. Well, if you have a chronic illness and you really explore that shadow side of yourself, or if you just, not even a chronic illness, but you explore that shadow side and are absolutely honest with yourself, you will totally be a different person. Now, energy work to me is incredibly important when it comes to dealing with an illness. I'm always doing energy work on myself. Part of it was just to overcome anxiety. A lot of it was to overcome a lot of those shadow parts that you don't want to look at, but you have to if you're going to try to eliminate them, or at least quiet them down for a little while. So really look into energy work if you have an illness or chronic illness, or even if you just want to make changes in your life. Energy work can be done with the practitioner there or long distance. It actually works just as good either way. I do Skype readings, and I do astrology through Skype. But most importantly, even if you just have a question or about anything about your illness, about other things that I did to stay healthy. And can I say, not only have I been going for 30 years, I am really healthier than most people my age and a lot of people younger than me. So don't think that just because you have an illness right now, that in the future you actually can't be as healthy as everyone else. Because believe me, set that intention of being as healthy as you possibly can be right now, and then work towards it, and you will achieve it. But if you have any questions at all about energy work, about you just want to talk about your illness, please contact me and George through my website, rowanhealingarts.com. There's a contact page. You can contact me. It goes right to my email. I'll be able to email you back. And if you, even if you're not looking to do any sort of spiritual counseling or energy work, that's fine. Contact me anyway. I'm more than happy to help you. And my passion really is to work with people, particularly people with a chronic illness and systemic lupus, because that has been my experience. And really, let's face it, if you're going to work with somebody, you probably should try to find someone who's been through it, because they know exactly, of course, now the phone's going to ring and everything. They know exactly what is going on. And believe me, I've been through it all. The prednisone caused blackouts. I woke up driving the car one day, headed to Florida, and no idea how to get back to Fayetteville, North Carolina. Couldn't even remember why I left the house to begin with. So, I'm thinking this is the end of this video. Like I said, if you have any questions at all, you just want to talk, please contact me through my website, rowanhealingarts.com. Contact page, right to my email. Other than that, it's very warm in the house, so I am headed outside. Have a great day. We'll talk again soon. My next video should be how I'm changing the astrology signs. Stay tuned. Have a great day.